Do you want to know why we have the supplements that we have? We'll find out on this next episode of Digest This.
Welcome to Digest This, the show that helps you revolutionize your digestive health. Here are your hosts, Dr. Liz Cruz and Tina Nunziato.
Hello, and welcome to Digest This. I'm Dr. Liz Cruz, and this is Tina Nunziato sitting right here by my side. If you're watching us on YouTube, welcome. We're so glad, we're so happy that you're here. If this is your first time, we welcome you, and please check out our library. We have hundreds of episodes out there. If you're a regular listener, we love you, and we love that you continue to be on this journey with us. So, thought we'd talk a little bit about our story, our supplement story.
Before we do that, I noticed we're very flowery today.
We are. Well, it is summertime.
Looks like a forest.
It's summertime, so it's a little tropically, foresty, a little jungle going on.
Awesome. That means if you're not watching us on YouTube, you have to watch us on YouTube so you can check out our floral patterns
Exactly.
today.
Please check us out. Check us out. All right. So the story of our supplements dates back to about 15 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, 15, 16 years ago. So when we started on this journey, on the wellness journey, trying to figure out what was missing, what was the missing link, where I was seeing hundreds of patients and doing all sorts of testing on them and prescribing all sorts of medicines, and they were still coming back not feeling well. And this is when I went to Tina, my office manager, AKA my wife,
also known as your wife.
Also known as my wife, and also our holistic nutritionist, which that actually came along with our journey, because at that time she was, our business office manager, and that's when we started our journey. And so we mentored, we were studying under several different mentors, reading hundreds of books. I kid you not, hundreds. That is not an exaggeration. Going to seminars, watching documentaries, traveling away from home to go to 3-day seminars. So we were really putting in a lot to try to find this missing link. And along our journey, we somehow, I can't remember how we came across digestive enzymes, and probiotics was something that I already was well aware of because I was exposed to it during my training. And I was in the school of thought of probiotics are the best, and everyone needs to be on a probiotic. So there was a lot of divided schools of thought on probiotics. I was on the bandwagon of everyone should be on one. But then there were digestive enzymes, there were greens, detox,
just like
all sorts of stuff.
Supplements in general.
Yeah, in general.
One of the things we learned about was just the importance of supplementation, just based on just where our diets are today.
Exactly.
How the body starts to, as we get older, how it starts to slow down and it needs extra support. And so we just learned about that need for supplements. And it was probably at some of those seminars we went to. And of course, at these seminars, if they're talking about supplements, they're going to have tons of supplement companies there. So we got introduced to some supplement companies, and we ended up getting very close to one of them in particular, one that ended up doing a lot of training with us and teaching us. And the woman who founded that company, her name was Dr. Dickie Fuller, and she just a huge mentor to us, and her team was a huge mentor to us, really teaching us about really kind of, again, what your medical degree did not teach you about digestive issues with people, and some simple things that we could do. Now, her company had a huge line of supplements, and initially, we decided we were going to bring those supplements into our office and offer them to the patients. We wanted to give options. So we had, I want to say, like at least 20 of their supplements.
We had
in
multiple.
Our office.
Yes, we had multiple. We had enzymes to digest carbohydrates, enzymes to digest fat, enzymes that would digest carbohydrates and fats, enzymes for lactose intolerant.
We had one that was for, like, if your esophagus is in pain, like one to soothe the esophagus.
Right. A lot of great supplements.
We had like 4 different kinds of probiotics.
Yes.
We had the Detox still was there. Just so many. And I think what happened was it was almost like information overload for the patients. And some people started getting them and started, taking them and benefiting from them. But in general, I think most people were so overwhelmed that they didn't do anything. And so,
well, and the providers, we were overwhelmed. I mean, at that time, it was myself and we had one nurse practitioner. And it was very overwhelming because, number one, we didn't even train or learn about the importance of digestive enzymes when we were in our training, in our traditional medical training. So we were, number one, from a personal standpoint, trying to grasp an understanding and get the knowledge in regards to the importance of this. And we did realize it. I mean, we realized it pretty quickly. But it, it was overwhelming. I remember even in my head as I'm seeing a patient thinking, okay, well, which enzyme are we going to give them? I mean, this company's an amazing company that we started out with, and they did have like an entire catalog of all sorts of supplements. So yeah, it's true. We probably had 15 to 20 different supplements.
Yeah. Yeah, and it just was, I think, too overwhelming for the patients, too overwhelming for you guys. Like I said, there were people taking action, but not many. I think what we decided to do was pare down and not do so many. And the more we pared down and the more people started taking, the more we realized which supplements were really helping and which supplements maybe weren't helping as much. And again, this is 15 years, I want to say 15 years of market research and refining. Yeah, of really saying, man, this supplement is really making a difference for people versus this supplement. And so we just continue to refine, we just continue to hone in. And we ended up with, from this company specifically, 4 products that ended up being like our key products that we worked with them. But then there was our salts that we actually learned about from another provider, another mentor of ours. And we personally love the salts, and we had a lot of friends and family on the salts, and we're doing really well with the salts. And so it ended up being the enzymes, probiotics, detox greens, and salts. That it was our Fab Five. That's what we called it. And the Fab Five was such a great way to introduce these supplements to our patients. It's so many people that, and actually it's funny because I actually had a woman tell me this week, she's like, I really love your branding. I've never had anybody tell me that.
Was she like a marketing or branding specialist?
She wasn't, but I guess her dad was really big into the supplement space, and she's really big in holistic stuff and taking supplements. And she's like, I really love your branding and I love your product names. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. So we decided to start making these things ourselves. Once we had the core set that we knew we wanted, we started making them ourselves. Probably, I want to say 8 years ago.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe, something around there. But yeah, those were the 5 that we had. And we have had so much success
with fabulous those 5.
Yeah. And then just in the last, I would say, couple years, we introduced a 6th. Do you want to talk about that one and why?
Sure. Yeah, the 6th one is our Love Thy Liver. I keep wanting to say Love Thy Neighbor every time I think of Love Thy Liver. And so it's a supplement of an herbal remedy, an herbal cocktail of some amazing herbs that help to detox the liver, and you may or may not know, but the liver is, a huge detox organ for your body, for detoxing any toxins that come into your body, either eating, drinking, through your skin, breathing in, medicines that you may take that have to get metabolized, and some of that gets, some of those chemicals from some of those medicines have to get detoxified out through the liver. So the liver is huge, and in our practice, one of the things that we have been seeing, and unfortunately it's becoming more and more common, is fatty liver. It's almost, I would say, 1 in every other person that we see that walks in through our office that comes in knowing they have fatty liver, or maybe not knowing it, and then finding out, like if we're doing a workup for abdominal pain and we do an ultrasound or a CAT scan and we find fatty liver. That's like one of the most common findings. So, fatty liver, very common. One of the biggest things that we can do to help that liver to try to detox it is to have our patients, our clients, get on a liver detox. And so the Love Thy Liver is one of the ones that we recently added in just the last couple years to our regimen.
really just to address the sheer number of people that are dealing with fatty liver today.
Yes.
But yeah, so just, in general, as a recap, we pick these supplements again because these are the things that people are dealing with that they need help with, right? So the enzymes, and we've done podcasts on each one of these supplements, so that if you want to learn more specifically about any one of these, you can go back and listen to that specific podcast about the enzymes, for example, why enzymes are so important, why ours. But the everyday enzymes helping you digest food better. Obviously, a lot of people coming into our office suffering from reflux, heartburn, gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea. These are so critical to helping you digest because you're losing enzymes with every decade of life. So just replacing that is so critical. And we just have it all in one now, as opposed to having a different enzyme for every type of food.
Absolutely.
So that's been amazing.
And I do want to say one thing, that because yesterday I actually was doing procedures and had the chance to answer this question for a couple patients who had already bought our digestive enzymes, but were waiting to get their procedure done before starting them. And one of them actually had already started it, and she says, "Oh, I'm taking it in the morning, before the day starts, and I have breakfast, and then late at night when I go to bed." And I told her, I said, these are to help you digest your food. So you actually want to take them with your meals. Take them with your meals. If you're going to take a snack, have a snack, take it with a snack. So you want to take these with your meals, just in case you're wondering.
Every single time you eat.
Yes.
So if you're eating 4 or 5 times a day, you should be taking 4 or 5 enzymes a day.
Absolutely.
Yes. And then the probiotics, like what Dr. Cruz was saying, these are absolutely critical for digestive health. One of the very first supplements that ever came out for trying to help patients help their microbiome. Right? Rebuild it. So these are the ones that are 1 in the morning, 1 at night.
Yes, healthy bacteria. This is the good, healthy bacteria.
Yes, so these more for digestive health, okay? And then we've got the Detox and the Greens, which were more for whole body health. So a lot of the people coming into the office not only suffering from digestive issues, but they're also having all kinds of other issues, right? So it was, how else can we help our patients walking in? Well, a lot of the symptoms that people are having is because the body's so toxic, okay? And we actually publish some ebooks on our website where you can learn about the toxicity of the body and how that happens. But the daily delicate detox is one of the easiest things that you can do to help keep your body clean on a daily basis in a gentle way, right? So this was more for cleaning out the body, and then the greens for building up the body. Because again, the other thing is we're not eating the best diet in the world, so we're not giving our body what it needs to produce a healthy body. And so I always tell patients, if you're not going to eat your greens, you must supplement them. So that's what these were for, is to help patients supplement their greens and get them off the standard 1-a-day multivitamins.
Right.
Right? You want to talk about what you find in the colon?
Yes. I frequently find multivitamins, daily vitamins in the colon. I mean, the entire intact tablet that is sitting there in the colon that was never even broken down, okay? And keep in mind, everything typically gets broken down in the stomach. That's where digestion starts. Well, actually, it starts in the mouth. But, for practicality talking, in the stomach is where the food, whatever you're taking, pills, capsules, lands and gets broken down. These vitamins are tablets that are so compact and pressed down that a lot of times I find them in the colon. And it's crazy. I'll take pictures and I'll show the patient. I'm like, did you take a vitamin yesterday or this morning or yesterday? Because usually they don't take medicines on the day of. They're like, yeah, I took that yesterday. I'm like, here it is, completely intact.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's important to, the body wants to get vitamins and minerals from real food, not synthetic capsules made in the lab. So that's why we have the greens. The electrolyte salts, this is the one we were talking about too, is really good for putting in your water, help replenish your electrolytes every day, which is really, really critical. And I've noticed in the last few years, this stuff's getting really popular. People putting all these electrolyte powders in their drinks. The problem with those, again, is that they have a lot of chemicals and a lot of junk in them that don't belong in the body. So these are very pure, literally just the electrolytes.
Right.
And then, of course, what you were just talking about with the liver. This is to help all the patients with the fatty liver or any liver damage at all, trying to help rebuild the liver. Because the one cool thing about the liver is it's one of the only organs that can rebuild itself.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So if you're looking for a really great cocktail, love thy neighbor. Excellent for the liver. Excellent for the liver. Yeah. So If you have any questions at all about our supplements, please reach out to us. You can find us on our website. You can actually find all of our supplements on our website. There's amazing information out there that Tina has, that Tina's put out there on all of the supplements. A lot of great information. You can find us at drlizcruz.com. And on the homepage, there's a magenta colored button that you can click and schedule a free 30-minute wellness consult. And yes, you heard me right, that's free. And that can be done from anywhere in the world because it's done over the phone. So reach out to us. We'd love to connect. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so that you never miss an episode. And if you haven't rated our program, our podcast, please rate us and please give us a 5. It'll help other people just like you to find us faster. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next podcast.
Thank you for joining Dr. Liz Cruz and Tina Nunziato. To learn more about their revolutionary products and services, go online to www.drlizcruz.com.